reading books very slowly changes your life. And I personally also have this habit. I read books, for example, every day, yeah, and I really want to learn with the help of books English. I'm learning English right now, yeah, and I have some habits, and one of them that is I must read books for 10 minutes. Yeah, for 10 minutes I just took one book, read this on English. Also I read Holy Bible, a book also, yeah, but it's another already habit, yeah. That is, I read books in English, I'm reading this, and I really understood that I become more smarter. That is first what I noticed. I really become more smarter. Of course, it's influenced not only books, but also that I read them in another language. Yeah, so it's more difficult, and it's more difficult. Yeah, so I become more smarter with the help of not only books, but also that I used a foreign language for me. Yeah. So, and I become really more smarter, and I really understood that I can remember like more things, and I can remember them faster, a lot more faster. That is, I even understood this when one of my friends just like set password to Wi-Fi, so to another my friend, yeah, and I just even only listened this, and I just remember this. I just took my phone, yeah, and just like clicked this password, and it was correct. And my friend was very surprised that I just remembered this password so quickly. Yeah, just only listen this from first time. Yeah, and I really understood. Yeah, so it's really my memory is really improved, and I think that it's because of reading. And also your vocabulary will become bigger. Of course, if you will use a foreign language, it will become much bigger. Yeah. But if you will use your native like language, it also will become much bigger, and you also can use this your new words, yes, that you will just constantly read. This will turn on from passive vocabulary to active vocabulary, and you can use these words while you're speaking, yeah. And with the help of this, you can like get higher positions at your job, yeah, because you can speak like with more, like you can speak great, yeah, you can speak really great using these great words, like hard words, yeah. And so it's really like because people will look at you and say that he's really smart, so he must have this, he needs this like high position, yeah, he like deserves this high position because he's very smart, yeah, something like this. Also, you will know more about different things, and you can use this information, yeah, this knowledge, even not unconsciousness, yeah, with the help of your unconsciousness, because you will not even think about this. But if you will have some situations, and your unconsciousness will remember that you already read something like this in one of your books, yeah, and you can act like some of the characters that you read about, and you will win in this situation, yeah. And you can even not remember how to act, but you will be like unconsciousness, yes, think and act, and you will win with the help of this. I think you understand what I'm talking about, yeah, because like I said, I'm only learning English, so it's really hard for me to explain what I want to tell you, yeah, but I think you understand everything. And yeah, you can use this information, and you can like have different situations and so on, and you can read how to act in these situations with like in your books. You can read this, understood how different people acted in these situations, yeah, how you need not to act, because it will be a mistake, yeah, a big mistake, and you cannot repeat this mistake, so you can act already correctly, and you can win in these different situations, yeah, you can act really correctly in these situations, and you can not make so much mistakes, because if you will not, and you can also create a lot of habits, yeah, with the help of these books. Of course, it depends on books what you will read, yeah. But if you will read, for example, books like Atomic Habits, yeah, and so on, you can like understood a lot about habits, create your own habits, analyze your like the whole days, yeah, analyze what you must do during these days correctly if you want to achieve your goals, and so on. That is, you can just completely turn on your life like completely change your life. Just reading books and use that recommendations that are in that books, yeah. And really, with the help of this, books really will change your life.